here we fucking are. Wired in Wednesday. A fucking dope Wired in Wednesday. We got my old friend, Cody. You might know him as Fearce Villain from such groups as Dime Def, Greater Than, and he was in Boys to Men for a while. They kicked him out because the motherfucker just can't sing. But he was in it for a while. It was crazy. Everybody, welcome to Wired in Wednesday. Excited to be here. Excited to have everybody in the chat today. It's a monumental day for us. We announced the release of a new record today. It's called Canopy. I should probably put this microphone in front of my fucking face. But today is a good day. We got a new emote in the chat for all you Twitch people. If you're watching this on YouTube, you probably have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, and that is completely fair. But we got this nice little Monstera leaf, and it is in solidarity with the new record Canopy, which has been announced, and I will keep dropping links. I'm gonna drop a link right now to the link tree where you guys can go and pre-order it on Spotify, Apple Music, or fuck around and go ahead and pre-order it on iTunes and just throw $9.99 in Daddy's pocket. That'd be great. We love y'all, and of course, give me that money, motherfucker. And of course, it is Wednesday, which means thanks to our great friends over at Astro Headphones, we are going to be giving away a pair of Astro A10 headphones to one lucky sub. So as long as you're subscribed to the channel, you can go ahead and hit !raffle into the chat, and it will enter you into a raffle to win a pair of headphones. We've already had repeat winners at this time, and last stream, it melted my fucking heart because the repeat winner of the headphones gave them to somebody that hasn't won them yet, and
that is so nice.
That is so fucking nice. I'd be stockpiling them like the fucking Grinch in my house and telling you guys.
I actually don't have any. I'm using these stupid headphones. So.
Damn, dude. You know what? Someone gift Cody. Someone gift Cody a sub to the channel so he could drop the dicky up in here and go ahead and enter that raffle, because you know what? Guests deserve to win too. That's all I'm saying. Cody, how the fuck are you, man? I'm so happy to have you here.
I'm good, man. I'm glad to be here. Gosh, just keeping busy, man. Just locked down, trying to run a business, and man, I don't know, just hanging out with the family, doing a lot of family time.
Yeah, that's the fucking goal.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
You're in the cruising area too. Like, how old's your daughter?
Man, she's 13.
So you guys are homies right now.
Oh yeah.
That's so.
But luckily, I'm still like the cool guy, so you know, I can hit her to all the new music, making her listen to some J. Cole. And,
that's tight. Do you like that new J. Cole record?
I like it. I haven't had a chance to really sit down and listen to like all the tracks.
I like it.
I've kind of like, I go through and like listen to my favorite ones, but I need to like just let it play. But I like it. Yeah.
I love putting on a Cole record and like hearing like some beats that I be like, I can fucking make that. It's like some beats where I'm like, wait, what? Really? And then it's like, this shit just went triple platinum, and it's like over a 2-bar loop with some like drums on it, and you're like, oh damn, hell yeah.
For sure. I forgot what track it was, but there's this one that's just like, man, you know what I like about him is, like at his point in his career, like you would think he'd be so worried about making hits. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes that's what they expect out of you, to like just only hit records. But you can tell he just like wanted to make what he liked, and then whoever likes it like it, whoever don't, fuck him.
No, yeah, I fucking agree. I've always really appreciated his shit because it felt like, one of the classic era cats made it into, in the current Billboard situation, and he most definitely has. Like, the dude is a huge charting artist. He was like on the cover of fucking Spotify yesterday, and like all sorts of shit. Like, dude is huge, and he's making music that I feel like I would have been bumping when I was in high school. Like, I'd have him in the CD wallet, like with like Wu-Tang and shit. So
Sure.
I like that.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Fuck yeah. Well, that's great. I can relate. I've been trying to kick it with the family too, but my little one's a fucking tornado of pain right now. He's like crawling around the fucking house, and
Yeah.
the little kids are
What's
so
funny though is like when it comes to that age, I was in such a hurry because I wanted my daughter to grow up because I wanted to be able to have the kind of relationship we got now where we can chill and have like a grown up conversation. But I think I was so focused on that piece that I missed like cherishing the moments when she was like really young, and like obviously I was there for her the whole time, but I feel like I was so in a rush to see her grow up that like I didn't cherish those like little moments. So there is times when I see like a little, like a baby or something, and be like, gosh, like I do kind of miss those days, like I wish I kind of like paid more attention around that time.
Yeah, and a lot of people keep telling me that, and I see parents with older kids, they'll come over and hang out with Roman, and they'll just hold on to him and be like, oh, I miss him when they're, because he has no opinions, he's got no, oh shit, there it is. Fearce Vill has been gifted 1 tier 1 sub from Minneapolisa. There it is, bro. You could jump up in this motherfucking chat right now with the exclamation raffle, and who knows, you might win some headphones.
That's what's up.
Do it.
So how do I do this? Do
you
I
just
gift more? What do I say?
No, just type into the chat !raffle.
Okay, I got you.
We got Pants in here. He's confessing his love for you.
Whoever did that. I appreciate you.
Shout outs to Minneapolisa. She's a staple around here. Hardcore regular.
Hell yeah.
There it is. Fearce Vill, you received 1 ticket for the fucking raffle. Oh my God, there's a strong possibility that
now, if I win this, I will
you will enjoy your fucking headphones, dog. That's all you
just gonna enjoy the show.
If I win this, y'all can kiss my ass because I really want these fucking headphones.
Hey, whoever did that for me?
Minneapolisa.
Yo, thank you, Lisa. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, that's big love.
I'll give you a hug when I'm able to hug somebody.
When it is CDC suggested that we could do maybe a shirtless hug, this is gonna happen. Yeah, this is gonna happen.
Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna take a shot. For that.
You know what? I will join you. Cody made sure he hit me up yesterday. He's like, so we drink a whiskey during this shit or what? And this is my whiskey guy on tour. And somehow when we got off this big tour, this guy turned around and just pulled the fucking ultimate, like, fucked around and got sponsored by Jameson and like got paid to have parties at his apartment complex where he just pretty much invited us all over to drink all this free Jameson. That was so amazing. It was a fucking... Man, these corporations and the amount of money that they have, and like, shout out.
What's cool too is like every now and then they still hit me up and be like, yo, like we're doing this like, well, before the COVID shit, but they were like, yo, come out, we're releasing something new, come have some tastings and shit like that. So,
dude,
unfortunately, I'm not drinking Jameson today. I'm doing some Woodinville.
Oh shit! So, unfortunately, I'm drinking nicer shit today.
They got my name on the bottle though.
What?
Yeah.
Well, why? How the fuck? I put specific brand whiskeys in my songs for years. I have fans dropping bottles off at the fucking door and smuggling them in their ass to get them into the shows, and harassing these companies on Twitter. And the most I've ever gotten is like a XXL T-shirt and a trucker hat. And you fucking have these whiskey companies putting your name on bottles and shit.
Nah, this one was personalized by Rock for my birthday though, and I just happened to open it today. But
so you get a wife. You get a wife.
The Fearce Vill Jameson bottle. Remember, it got stolen off the
stage.
The stage at the Greater Than show. That still hurts my feelings to this day, because I know someone threw away the bottle, not knowing that my name was on it,
or somebody took it. And they're like, I got the Fearce Vill bottle. Like, either way, you deserve to get mollywopped. I don't even know if people use that expression anymore, and I don't even think I really know what it is, but I think it's a big punch to your face, and that's what you're going to get. I got your fucking... That's what you're going to get. I'm drinking on this Mob Mountain Distillers 100% rye whiskey from Fort Collins, Colorado. Adam Yee bought it for me as a gift when I was out there. And I will tell you that it smells like scotch and tastes like bourbon. It is definitely not a rye whiskey. I have no fucking idea what this is. It's not bad. It just isn't what they said it is. But it's pretty good.
That's crazy. Yeah, I haven't even seen it before.
Yeah, it's just a local thing in Fort Collins, so I don't even think you can nationally, like, I don't think you can get this outside of there.
That's crazy. Damn, that's up.
Cheers, my friend. Yeah, yay!
Thanks for the raffle as well.
Oh, yeah, dude, he's going to win it. I know it. I can feel it. And now they're like, oh, this shit's rigged. He's going to fucking set him up with the goddamn... I need you to know that I have no control over this, that this is an auto-generated thing, and Colin is at the helm of it. And if you think Colin fucks around like that, then you guys need to fucking check yourself before Colin drops the hammer on you, because you know he'll ban you for just thinking illy of him.
Yeah, let's just talk about Colin for a second. He is by far the best manager of all managers. Like,
yeah, he's crazy. I love him.
The first tour when we basically met, we met a little bit before the tour, but like when we actually went on tour and I got to see how Colin worked, he actually changed the way I thought of everything, like how I handle my music, how I handle business, how to approach people at shows, how to be respectful to the promoters and the fucking sound guys, everybody. I learned all that shit from Colin. He is by far one of the best guys on tour.
Yeah, he will not hesitate to tell you that you're fucking up either. And you're not pissed about it. Like when he comes up to you and tells you that you're fucking up, you're not like, "Whoa, fuck you, Colin." You're like, "Oh shit, I'm fucking up." It's like a self-reflective moment where you're like, "Shit, I must really be fucking up right now." And then it inspires you to want to change your behavior, which is awesome.
No, for sure. A good guy. What's up, Colin? I see you in the chat.
Yeah, yee. Yeah, man, Colin is just one of those special people, and having him moderate, he's always moderating the Twitch channel here too. So a lot of you guys have come to know Colin for his wonderful skills as the band hammer around here. You fuck around, and Colin will have you wondering where the fuck things went real quick.
Oh yeah, real quick. Hell yeah, man.
But I think that's a really good transition into talking about you, man. Talking about tour and we have known of each other for a really long time, and
for sure, yeah.
If we'll start with a preface. Like, you were part of a group back in the day, and I guess technically still part of a group called Dime Def, which got a lot of national recognition. And to be honest, in Seattle, I was pretty sure you were next up. We were all watching what you guys were gonna do, because you had a lot of attention from a lot of big names. You guys were touring with Saigon. Brain was kind of running those big tune beat battles at the time. Yeah, you guys were locked in with all kind of the key players at that time, with all the big management in the War Room and fucking Vitamin D, and it just everything was there.
Yeah, man, it felt like all the stars was aligned and everything was ready. We were getting hit up by labels. We were thinking yo, it's happening. It's about to happen. And I mean, don't get me wrong, we did our shit. Things went great. But at the same time, man, it felt like it could have been so much bigger at that moment when shit was really happening here in Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, we had the Blue Scholars, which was the backpacking rapper dudes that was okay, I can see why this is popular. And then there was you guys, and we're like, these guys are gonna be on the radio. These will be the ones that, who are the fucking guys from here that got a big shot and then fucked everything up? They signed to DreamWorks. Isaac was in their group. Lace Cadence was in their group. Clockwork. I think it was called Clockwork.
Was it called Clockwork?
I believe so.
I'm not sure.
They were also set up to, they had some radio hits, and that was when I first moved here though, in 2001 or some shit like that. And they were set up to do it, but
for sure.
They didn't do it. But I the whole city was looking at you guys. And I think,
yeah, man, it was it was 2007, I think, when we dropped our first album, and I think no one seen it coming, and no one knew that there was guys really rapping the way we were rapping out here. and
Yeah.
there was no weak link to it. You know,
No.
usually like you got a guy that's like, oh, he's all right. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the rest like hold like we had this like approach where like it was like a three. We used to call it like the three-headed dragon, where like we all felt like we were given the same like energy, and it just like, man, it just was all like lining up.
Yeah, man, because you're a great writer.
Thank you.
I've always been inspired by, like, Fearce is one of those frustrating dudes that can like sit down in the studio and like write a song in like 40 minutes, like a whole ass song in 40 minutes, and like hit the booth. And he can consistently do that. It's not like he's like has a good day. It's just like this guy can. And working with you on the Greater Than project, like I've watched you pull so many rabbits out the hat that it was like, wait, what the fuck? Or you'd be like, oh, we need a hook or a bridge here. Then you'd be like, okay, got a hook and a bridge. Like, let's go. And that's, you know, for me, my brain doesn't work like that. And I got to spend like hours and hours and hours and hours.
But you know what's so crazy is like it was like that feeling was like vice versa, because like I was only doing that because I felt I had to like keep up with you or like impress what you were doing. Because I've seen you sit there and like play some melody, and I remember I forgot what verse it was or what song it is on the Greater Than album that kind of came from you like sitting there doing a beat, and then I was like writing while you were making it. We did a lot of those, but
yeah, you and I have a couple singles where it was kind of like you would just show up to the studio and be like, what's this? And I'm like, it's yours. And then like 2 days later, we just had a whole ass song done, which is
but
tight.
See, I'm also one of those artists that can't just go into anybody's studio and
Yeah,
write.
I'm the same way.
I gotta like feel like the mood has to be so perfect, and like I feel comfortable recording with you, and then you will teach me things. There's a lot of parts on even that album you're like, yo, that's dope, but you should say it this way, and then like I would try it and it worked out. So like, I mean, like I said, the feelings vice versa, where it was like I was just trying to make sure I was like coming correct, you know, up to the standards of, you know, what Grieves do and shit. So.
Well, it was cool because for me, that was finally, and for a time I was able to kind of like play the actual producer role and sit back, and it's like, I could totally, like, I can see where everything is going, and like listening to you guys record a verse, 10 times in a row or whatever it takes. Yeah, I know we're not supposed to say that, right? Like, everything's one take, bitch.
Yep. That's where my whole shit came from.
I know, man. The second I moved to the West Coast, people are like, you can't do it in one take, your bitch. And I'm like, what?
That is so corny a way of thinking, too. Like, I remember being so embarrassed in multiple studio sessions because I didn't want to take it.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, even if you listen back to, like, some old Dime Def stuff, there was times when I probably could have did that verse so much better, or, like, I didn't pronounce a word right, and I just let it be because I wanted that one take. Like, that shit's stupid.
Well,
it's
if all you're
stupid.
doing is thinking about that, then how are you nailing down the nuance of the song? Like, I'd rather have the artist dialed into the feeling and the emotion that's happening. And so if you got to do 4 bars to, 2 bars, fuck it. If you got to do it bar by bar to nail that shit, that is, I'd rather have that than, have you sit there and do the whole entire thing. And when you do that, you're able to gain more perspective on what you're doing. You're able to do more complicated phrasings. I just think it's a dope way to record. And sitting and listening to you guys record the thing 10, 20 times in a row, I can see, for me, it's very easy to see what you're getting hung up on, right? So as a producer, I can hear the beat that I made. I can see exactly what you're trying to do. I've already figured out your cadence, your pattern, your instrumental value to the song or whatever, and I can see where the gears aren't catching.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, there's plenty of times when like, cause like I'm a rapper's rapper, so when it comes to certain things, like I'm trying to say as many things in a bar as possible.
Yeah.
And there's been plenty of times where you would be like, yo, like that's really dope, but you don't have to say this one word, and that'll make you like ride the beat so much better. And like if you drop that, and in my head I wasn't even thinking that because I was just trying to say so much in that one bar.
Yeah.
So like that perspective is so good, when you got somebody to kind of see what you're doing and understand your flow. Because like if someone else was to tell me that shit, I'd be like, man, you don't know what you're talking about. So it has to be the right person to tell me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want to write the song? I'm sorry, I fucked up. I thought I was writing the song. You were making the beat and shut the fuck up. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Exactly. But yeah, man. But yeah, that was just my way of thinking. Like especially with like Dime Def, like. Man, those guys can like SEV is probably like one
monster
of my favorite rappers.
Monster. And that's what I was getting at. You're this amazing writer that can really tap into the very core of the subject, right? Like for me, you are always stand out in that group as the like, oh, like I'm hearing this, I'm connecting with you on that level, and SEV is that like, oh,
Yeah,
like
no, for sure.
monster on the fucking track, huge
Yeah,
presence, and Brain was like, you can tell,
yeah, man.
producer and just
Yeah.
locked into it, and it was
Yeah,
this
he's an overall like yeah, like Brain's an overall producer. He can kind of see things from like the overall like what the song should be, and then also rap his ass off. But then
very
like
fundamentally
SEV,
sound.
yeah, and then SEV just has this like he's like a pit bull, like
Yeah,
just super hungry. And like to this day, I'll listen back at songs and then like understand what he said from so long ago. Like that's how much his bars be going over my head sometimes. Where like I have to listen to it almost 100 times and be like, oh my gosh, like did you just hear what the hell he just said?
yeah.
Like
You
it's
remember
crazy.
on when we were on tour, you guys had this bit where he came out every night and it just fucking like the crowd went
Yeah,
nuts and they didn't know
yeah,
who the fuck he was, you know, like
yeah.
no, but like,
Hmm.
and to me that's the power of a great artist. Like he
Exactly.
came out with his energy, he knew how to handle his shit, and so
Yep,
did you, and it came
for
together and you
sure.
guys created this fucking explosion when it happened, and
Yeah,
it
man.
worked
That's why I brought him
every
on
time.
tour because, like, yeah, like his stage presence and just his energy is just crazy. He's a beast.
Yeah, he's a fucking beast. Shout outs Dime Def, man. It's,
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know, yeah, but I want to talk about more about that because you
Yeah,
were really lined up, and that was the, for all of us watching, that was like a new bar had been set, right? So we're like, oh
yeah,
shit. So now we got Blue Scholars, now we got these dudes. Like Macklemore wasn't on the scene like that. I mean, he was on the scene, but he wasn't. No one was putting
yeah,
him in the position to be, you know, especially what he is now. Um,
yeah,
so we're looking at you, we're thinking what's going to happen, and then I kind of check out. You know, I moved to New York, I'm doing my own shit, I don't really look back at Seattle all that much.
yeah.
um, and like, do you, I think it's important for a lot of people watching, a lot of people like getting into music, and you know, I know there's some musicians in here, but do you, do you look back at that time and think, fuck, I would have done something differently, or
A
do you
billion things.
yeah.
Like I don't. So one thing I don't really do is I don't ever like try to say like I wish.
Mm,
Like I know the things I would do different, but I love the way everything happened because I wouldn't be me if things didn't happen. And even back then, like I was even becoming a person that I don't think I even wanted to be. I was looking at things totally wrong. And one thing that was like super wrong with like even the way I was thinking, I can't really speak for everybody else, is like I was getting big headed. You know what I'm saying? I was like I was letting everybody around me like really get to me and really think like, oh, we're the shit. And like after like shows, I wasn't like sticking around and signing CDs. We were off to the after party. I
yeah.
wasn't doing all the key things that really mattered to really like letting fans know how thankful we was, because we were. It's just like we weren't doing like key things that really showed, you know, the worth and how much we appreciate people. And then like the key thing that was happening is we had too many hands in the pot. And like we knew that we were in a situation that we could get a record deal, we could get a distribution deal, we can do all these things and fucking kill it. But like each person was saying something different, like, oh, well, I want to do this, I want to do this. And there are so many hands in the pot, people telling us the kind of music we need to make, doing this and that. Um, Man, we were just like acting stupid. And like I remember we got put on the Vans tour. Remember
Yeah, on
that
the
shit?
Warp Tour.
The Warp Tour. And we got kicked off of that motherfucker because we showed up and thought, oh man, there's not like too many people here. We got some other stuff going on. Like, how about this? We'll just meet them in the next city. And we get a call by like the head person of the
Kevin
Warp Tour and
Lyman.
was like, don't come back.
Yo,
And we're
yeah, he
like,
don't play that shit.
that moment like was when I was like, yo, who the fuck are we? Like, what the fuck are we doing, man? Like, this is stupid. So like, yeah, we were just kind of like taking advantage of the situation, like, you know, feeling that we were killing it so hard and doing, and the music was like, we felt, and you know, people's telling us like, yo, this music's better than everything. Like, you guys are gonna kill it. Like, you know, we were in the Source magazine,
Mm-hmm.
fucking the Fader, like everybody was writing on us, and like we fucking performed in the middle of the Source office in New York and like had them fucking on the top of desk going crazy. Like we were just like so big headed off of the idea of like, yo, Dime Dad's about to make it. That
You
we
were
didn't.
taking body shots of Ciroc off of Puff Daddy's naked chest, right?
But that was, but yeah, man, that was the thing. Like, and that's not the core reason of what like why things didn't really go as planned. But to me, that's the root of like the thinking that really started going downhill for certain things. So we tightened up real quick though after that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a really good thing to talk about because we sometimes as artists get put in a position where we no longer know what reality is. And I know how fucking crazy that sounds, but the world kind of falls to your feet at some point and people don't treat you normally. And there becomes a point where almost, like you're not sticking around, you're going to the after party, you're doing this, you're doing that, almost as if people expect you to.
Exactly.
And it is a bizarre, disconnected reality that honestly I can attribute a lot of like drug use and suicide in artist communities because it is a very disconnected feeling when we get there. And a lot of the times you hear a story about just how someone was an asshole and yada 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 and toxic behavior and all this stuff, but it is these situations that can I've watched so many people go down. I was lucky enough that I really didn't get things fast enough to really behave that way, and I had a really good team around me that would have molly-whopped me if would have molly-whopped me if I would have started acting like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So for me, I kind of buried my head in the work, and which I think is also kind of a curse because I think I missed a lot of things.
Yeah.
Normal life things with my head shoved so deep in the workload's ass that I didn't come out for years.
Yeah, man, surrounding yourself by like good people is a very like key thing, man, and that's what I base my life on now is like making sure that the people that's around me are like people that's like motivating me to be a better person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, look at Seattle in 2007 wasn't shit. Like we weren't a tech city. We didn't have anyone around. We still don't have any like business or management around here. And we're not LA. We don't have OGs in the business that have been there and done that and like shot their shot and lost. Like we don't have people to send that guidance, down the chain to us. And so if you're hearing or reading anything, you're just like, fuck it. Like, that ain't me, or that guy's a dumbass. So, whatever it is. But
for sure.
There's a lack of guidance.
Again, yeah, exactly. And that's why I speak so highly of you and Colin, because like I said, like in 2014, going on tour with you guys, like really opened my eyes. And, obviously I was like, working on a lot of stuff before that or whatever, like, but seeing how you guys operate as a business and just as a crew, what I'm saying? Like, that's like the kind of stuff that motivate me. Like, yo, like I love the way they work. I love the way they think. And so like, and again too, like, I think I am where I am in my life is because like I still was never like disrespectful to anybody. I was raised to be well mannered and like so I always shook hands and smiled and remembered people and like made sure I treated everybody with respect. And so like when I started doing my solo stuff, all that came back into play because I never actually like had bad blood with anybody. I always let people know like, yo, like I respect everything you're doing. Like thank you from the security guard all the way to the promoter. Like I treated everybody with respect. So that's always been big to me. So yeah, man, that played a big part.
Yeah, and also, Colin brought up an important thing. He said, dude, Rock was the VIP/MVP on that tour. And, you could fuck around and just marry your manager. Fucking, this fucking guy, before I ever... I mean, of course I knew of you and I knew of Dime Def and all those things, but my first line to you guys was Rock way back in the day, probably around 2007, 2006, and it's her sliding in on MySpace, hustling, just fucking hustling for you guys. And I was like, oh shit, like who the fuck is this lady? And she's like, you know, we could work something out with blah 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 with Dime Def. And I was like, oh shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, your wife has been riding for your ass for.
Man, she has. She's dope. She's dope. She keeps me on my stuff, man. Like,
I love that.
Like when I was like fucking bullshitting and like acting like a jerk to her and shit like that. Like she's been there. There's a reason why I married her, man. Like she's dope.
Yeah, and just having her on that tour, man. Like, you know, her and Colin combined, it was like dad and mom. They fucking form a domestic Voltron to fucking keep shit in line. And especially, you know, on your crew, like you and SEV, and you know, like you had a youngin with you too that was like, you know, you guys had to fucking you needed rock really bad.
Yeah, I know. She's the one, she'll take those shit and she will let you know straight up front. Like,
and that's extremely helpful.
I don't want to be on her bad side. Yeah, not for sure. For sure. But then, yeah, so having somebody like her around, like really, you know, played a good part too, like, and figuring shit out, man. Like I've never done a 56 stop tour. No, it was 56 shows, right?
Fuck, man, I don't know. I drink those things away so fast. I don't.
It was like 56 shows, and before that, I had only did a max of like 10 shows. So
yeah,
that woke me up real quick. Like that's like crazy.
It's really fucking hard. Like,
it is, man.
I know
I don't think people really understand.
A lot of people look at this and they're like, you know, they think it's kind of what you were talking about, like after parties at the hotel and like fucking off and like playing at the Source and getting people fucking crazy. And it's not. Most of it is like sitting in the back of a van and like, you know, playing shows when you don't want to play shows, you know, having to be on when you're off, like being tired and still having to put a fucking smile on and like be 100% because people don't care. And that's fair. They're paying for this experience and you're selling that experience. So you got to fucking nut up and make it happen. So it is this crazy shit, and there is too much of a good thing, and 56 shows is too much. And fucking right before that, we also did a European tour with like a couple days off before we started that tour. So that's.
I remember you guys getting back, and I think like I remember before we even started, you were already like kind of tired from even just like already doing that part of
we
the
had
tour.
already done 15 days in Europe.
Yeah, and started. And the crazy thing is, I don't think people like notice sometimes like the toll it takes on the body. Like, we were in St. Louis, and I remember I was like struggling because I was so excited to be on tour. I was really projecting my voice, and I wasn't really like saving it. So I had I was losing my voice every show. So I was just like spraying my throat with like
nasty ass singers saving grace
stuff. And then, you know, for the people who don't know, is I got asthma really bad. So in St. Louis, my throat actually had a like bad reaction to that spray and completely closed my throat. And that was like, gosh.
Yeah, well, that shit's fucking nasty.
Yeah, man. So I had to go to the hospital and all that, and like, gosh.
Dude, look at your nephew, dog.
Hey,
look at your guy.
What's up, man? What up?
Dude, look at that.
What up?
Look at old Chonk up here.
He looks just like you. He like,
dude.
What's up, man?
Oh, he's stepping on the keyboard.
What's up? I can't wait to see him in person, man. I can't believe I haven't like met him in person yet.
Yeah, we need to set up a date, man, where we can hang out. And
I'm fully vaccinated now, so yeah.
So am I.
There you go.
Your boy been vaccinated.
I got my last shot on Friday, so.
Oh, tight. Are you P or a M gang?
Yeah, I'm the M.
Oh, you got the Moderna?
Moderna, yeah, whatever that's called. Yep.
That second shot rocked me, dude.
The first one messed me up because I had already had COVID, so I heard that it's a worse effect if you already had COVID, and so the first shot messed me up, and the second one I was fine.
Oh.
Yeah.
The first one made me feel like I got hit in the arm by like Mike Tyson.
Both definitely made me feel that was the worst pain ever. Like
Shit
that.
sucked. I couldn't raise my arm.
Well, since I'm left-handed, my dumb ass got it on this fucking arm.
I did the same thing. I got it in my right
hand.
hand like an asshole. Yeah.
No one told me I had options. She just walked up to me and I let her do it. And then I sleep on this side. It was horrible. Horrible.
Ooh. Yeah, man, I feel you. I made a tragic mistake on that one. I should have gone on the left. And you on the right, my sir. Well, yeah, we should schedule a time where you can fucking kick it with him.
Yeah,
and
no,
then
definitely.
and we can convince Rock to get pregnant again. You know what I'm saying? And you
That
can have
is
a
not
little,
happening.
yeah. No, you have a little baby running around. They could be homies and shit. They could start a rap group together. Come on, dude.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I got a lot of nieces and nephews, so we can figure something out.
Nah. Another one. Spread the lineage. Spread the seed, Cody.
My daughter's almost 18. I get to like live a crazy life in about like 5 years.
Dog, you don't want to reset. You don't want to reset the shot clock with your boy?
Nah, I'm good.
Come on, dude.
Hey, but Kaya can watch your little man. So
Hell yeah, she can.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, Laura's niece has been watching her, and she's 16, so it's been.
Okay, yeah, Kaya's almost there.
It's been so. I mean, come on, we'll let a 4-year-old watch the kid if it buys me some work time. As long as it keeps the kid upright, we're good to go. All right, so Dime Def, you had this whole career. You kind of saw a pivot. You saw things change. You went into the solo realm, put out a bunch of stuff with Bean One, who was pretty much a part of, it was also a part of Dime Def, right?
Yeah,
and he was producer and kind of like visual dude. And just all around legend in the town. Like, dude's a straight up.
He's the most underrated producer all time.
And he keeps getting better.
Somewhere he's like the genius that he is just like crazy. Like he blows me away all the time.
Yeah, and he just dude. It's like he keeps hitting these new wins like every couple years where he just like reinvents himself and he's better.
Yeah.
Like
it's nothing.
And he's no spring chicken. He's been doing this since the 90s, like he's made fucking beats for like Black Sheep and fucking Jurassic 5 and shit. Like,
yeah.
It's, he was making beats on ASR 10s when ASR 10s came out. So, so it's awesome to see him like keep up and keep shit current and sound really dope. So fast forward through all that, I meet you, we go on tour. We start a little group with another local dude here called Grinch. We put out the Greater Than album. And then you reinvent yourself, which I think is really important to talk about. Because a life in music doesn't always mean making music.
For sure. And
you took everything that you learned from music and everything that kind of inspired you. You ended up getting into kind of the visual realm with cameras and shit like that, and editing because that can help you do music videos and it's just another part of your craft. And if you care about that side and you want to be in control of it, it's a good thing to learn.
Definitely.
To the point where you are able to start a business with your wife based off of kind of her skills and your skills. And I wanted to talk more about that because you have completely reinvented yourself and power moved before all of this shit happened. These fucking people, their kids been doing online school before everyone was doing online school because they decided to fucking sell the family farm, metaphorically speaking, and pack it all up and travel around the fucking world. And they started this kind of multimedia company. And I'll let you kind of discuss that more because I'm sure I just butchered what it really is. But traveled around the world with your family, working, and she's going to online school, and you just said fuck it and you made it work. And for me, I was just like, holy shit, like way to level up.
Yeah,
Way to
man,
fucking level up. And you're still here through one of the hardest fucking years that anyone's had. You're still here. And before we jumped on, you said that business has been booming and you guys are doing really well.
Yeah. Nah, it's been great. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
so yeah, like it was you just drop something?
All right, I'm back.
You drop your beer?
No, I unplugged my headphones.
Oh shit, okay. Yeah, so gosh, like right before the like or right after, right before the Greater Than album, man, I don't know, like I through this whole time, you know, like even though I was living off of music and doing the music stuff, my wife never stopped working, and she was in her industry for like 12 years, you know, and she was killing it. She was moving up. But like one thing I never seen her like do is smile a lot because she wasn't liking like the way things were going in her career. And I always used to like say to her like just quit, like we'll figure it out, like let's do something.
If I was property managing 200 unit condos, I'd fucking kill somebody.
Yeah, nah, she was like, and then she became like regional manager, and that was like her like overall goal. And after she got that, like she wasn't even happy at all, like she didn't really care. And so like she just quit, and we were like, we're gonna start a business. So we started a marketing and media company, and like got our first big client, and we seen that first check, and we're like, well, if we had like I don't know 10 or 15 more of these, imagine what we could do. So we finished our lease in our place, and our daughter went into online school, and we just started traveling. We gave up everything and just started traveling the world and running our business. And that was before COVID hit, but yeah, man, it was like it was beautiful. And she from day one she started smiling and enjoying like life and appreciating things different. And we were able to like, you know, pay our bills and have money in the bank and like live and be happy. And that's all I care about.
I mean, what a dream, right?
I mean, it was hard as fuck.
Yeah, well, dreams are hard.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But like, yeah, man, like we just took that chance, and that's why I be telling people all the time, like I don't deal well with excuses because I've seen everything, I've seen that shit, and like you know what I'm saying, like we took we took that chance, we leaped, and like yeah, shit's gonna be hard, man, but you just gotta go for that shit, man, and like even when COVID hit, our life didn't change much. My daughter was already in online school. We were already working our business because like COVID showed that online stuff is way more important. That's when our business started doing even better because everybody needs online shit. And that's exactly what we were doing, offering, marketing and social media stuff and everything we were doing. And so like, it just all kind of came together, man. And so only thing changed is we're not able to travel as much as we did before, but
yeah,
man,
but
it's been good.
That'll happen again. That'll happen again. And if this time that you took was to do less traveling and more building the brand, you're putting yourself in a better position to travel when that happens, because you'll maybe have a little extra time now to enjoy these places, which is for sure, man. I can't wait. The first place we're going back to is Belize. That's like all we're just counting down for, and then we'll take it from there. Man, hey, what size baby Bjorn do you use? Because we'll roll up. I strap the baby to you. We go to Machu Picchu or wherever the fuck. It'll be great. You, me, a baby, we'll hold hands. People will think we're a thing. Yeah, come on. Yeah, no, yeah.
Just me.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I'm just thinking maybe your family sits this one out and you, me, and the boy could do some shit,
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. And I think it's really important for people to hear that because we focus so hard on the thing that we think that we want that we don't allow ourselves to be successful in all these other realms that a lot of the time are attributed to that one thing. I have to look back at everything that I've done to get where I'm at, and I've acquired a shitload of skills because of it. And I'm better at some of those things than I am the thing that I'm known for, I would say. And
exactly.
and and it's good to know that is an avenue that we as artists and individuals can approach. And I also want to go back to what you said about you kind of just got to jump the fuck in and give it a shot, because when you, and this goes for really anything, but my firsthand experience with it was, with my career. If I would have sat with a Band-Aid on the whole time, I would have never been able to go full-fledged into this, because I would have never put both feet in. I wouldn't be both feet on the board, so I'd never truly, be surfing. I'd keep bailing every time I got a little momentum, which I've seen happen over and over and over and over again. So same thing with where you're like, here's our idea, here's what we want to do, we want to travel, let's start this company. As long as we're generating this amount of money, in theory, we can do this. And sometimes that's all you need, because it will work itself out if you want it to.
For sure.
It will work itself out if you want it to. You keep yourself a little safety net in case it doesn't. But, you got family. You were able to come back when all this was over, and you were fully intended to kind of live on the road out there and like do that shit. And so when COVID hit, you had to come back, kick it with your mama for a little bit, and now you guys were able to rent your own spot. Like, you've pivoted and made shit work, although it isn't exactly what you wanted. Sure. You're still doing it, and I think it's fucking dope. And I hope that when I meet my crossroad with this, I'm able to have the same amount of courage and, jump into something else.
For sure. I mean, you can do so much. Like, you're talented as hell. So
yeah, but we say these things, but we don't do these things, right? How many people have I heard that are like, well, I think I really just want to spend some time traveling and blah, 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 blah. And, then they get a job at fucking Red Lobster and don't do shit for the rest of their life. I don't know anyone that's ever gotten a job at Red Lobster. I'm just pulling this out of my ass. But there's probably some people that are like, well, they got a job at Red Lobster. That's good.
But no, that's the thing, too. That's the way, like, we're raised to think, too. Like, you're supposed to get a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, after school, go to college, whatever, get a job. And then, get married, have a kid, and then work the rest of your life and retire when you're 70. And then you can travel then when you have your retirement money. I hate that way of thinking. And I think that's, like, stupid as hell. For me, I'm like, no, I'm gonna live my whole life thinking the way people think they do it when they retire. And, like, the thing that we kept in the back of our head with my wife was like, yo, like, the safety net should be like, if this doesn't work out, you'll just have to go back to the industry you were already in. I guess that's like the bad piece of it, but why stay in it? And it's super funny because the company she left, and everybody told her that she was stupid and she shouldn't do this and she's making a huge mistake. She just got this huge promotion. That company got bought out and everybody lost their job. So who was playing it safe?
Yeah.
Well,
what I mean? Playing it safe, it doesn't necessarily mean security. Like, the safe move at a casino doesn't mean you're going to win. It's just the one with the highest probability of you not losing, but that doesn't mean you're not going to. Everything is a fucking gamble, and you might as well be gambling on the shit that you love. I saw, someone in here said manifest 100%. You gotta manifest, or else what the fuck are you doing? Like, I know it's easier said than done, so this isn't supposed to be taken literal, like, say your shit out loud, become your dream. I know it's not that easy, but I know it's not impossible.
It's not.
And wherever you need to find that middle point on that is, that's you. That's your journey. That's your leap, as you were talking about. And, I feel like a lot of people fuck themselves with, like, my 5-year plan is to do this, and all that says to me is, like, I'm going to get real comfortable here, and then I'm not doing shit.
Exactly. That's why I don't play it. Like, I don't like, obviously you should be smart with things, like, and I'm not the type of person, like, I'm a Pisces, so they say, like, I'm like a dreamer and shit like that.
Me and you, we're two little fishes just slapping our little fish bodies up against each other and just really connecting like this, scale to scale. That's you and me, man.
But that's the thing, is like, at the same time, I'm like, yo, man, like, I've seen, like, people, like, just drop, not personally, but I know people who dropped dead and that wasn't a part of their plan.
Fuck,
and, like,
yeah.
They were still trying to get to the, like like if I drop dead like right now, I would be so happy with what like has happened. You know what I'm saying? Like I like taking chances. I like, it kind of wakes me up in the morning to like have that grind. But like, man, like people still to this day like, yo, like just rap. It's like, no, I'm gonna rap. I'm gonna do that shit.
Yeah.
Obviously I love music.
Yeah.
But like
And that's not
like
going
I
anywhere.
have
You
so
can do
much
that.
more to offer. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You could
Like,
do that right now, but you don't. The glory of it. And I had a long discussion with my friend Mouse Powell today, who just recently
yeah,
got a really nice job. He's like a manager of a weed clinic. He's on salary. He's making more money than he's ever made in his life. He's got fucking 401k and benefits. And he's like, I've never been more creative in my whole entire life because I'm no longer worried about if this fucking record or if this minimal amount of fans is gonna pay my bills, or if I gotta go fucking back to bartending and get it treated like shit by people.
exactly.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. And that's the thing too, is people don't know, like with artists, like we work our ass off to make like bare minimum. And so like once that like point had hit, like where I wasn't worried about that, I started thinking of life different. I had spent so many years of always being like, all right, what shows we got going on, what album are we releasing, what merch do we have? Like I thought of that for so long. And when like I remember even going on doing the Greater Than tour, and like as we were leaving, because we had kind of just got started with the company, we had just like closed like the biggest deal. I made more money in that deal than I had made in like 2 years of music for just one thing. And I remember like not even understand how to process that, because like I was so thinking of always grinding to be like, yo, I got to do this, I got to do this to pay this and do this. So like, I don't know, man. Like I'm sick of thinking like that. I hate
yeah, or the pressure of like, you have Let It Be that, the royalty checks from that like bring in like a little bit of money, but it's it's probably not enough for you to be like, we're good for life.
Exactly, yeah.
But it's like it's a consistency. But then you start thinking, well, if I had a little bit more of this, if I had more of this, then I and that fucking hustle to try to make songs that generate that amount of money, like you just get so disappointed in yourself.
Because you start thinking of that in the back of your head, you leave that in the back of your head, like I hope this is gonna be that song that's gonna like bring me this or do this for me. Like that's a horrible way of thinking for creating. Like creating's not good when you think like that.
No, and I've been lucky enough that at this point I got like a pretty solid core fan base, and my catalog does well still, and but I know that it won't forever, but like it does well still, and today we announced a record, and it is a strong departure from what I normally do. It's a completely just producer record. It's an instrumental record. It's different.
So
it's not weird. Like I feel like a lot of people like that have listened to my music will totally like, it's not a departure from me sonically.
How I feel about your production, so like I'm so excited to hear it because I've been waiting on something like this for a while. So,
and I've been waiting to take a different step for a while, because I look at the things that I'm successful for, and I'm grateful that I'm able to achieve those pretty much on every record that I've made. I've had 2 or 3 songs that have been incredibly successful and have been some pretty big generators. To kind of keep the catalog going, and it's hard to want to take a step in a different direction when you don't have kind of a track record in that realm. And a lot of people don't even know that I produced most of the songs that have been the breadwinners for me.
That blows my mind that like people don't understand.
Well, I don't talk about it.
Talent. I know, but that's the thing that like people really need to come around to. Because like for example, they're like, "Yo, rap, like let's hear you rap about stuff." And it's like, yeah, but the core of all that is the production, and they don't even understand. Like I don't think I fully understand it until I seen you in the realm of like, this dude can really play instruments, and he can really like create something from scratch, from the sound all the way to like the vocals, like. That's a very big thing. I can produce with my life dependent on it. So when I see somebody do that, I really appreciate it, and I'm excited for people to hear your new record. That's just gonna be dope.
Me too. And if I have to be completely honest about it all, I think I'm excited that it is a completely self-driven thing. Like it was produced by me. It was in this room. All the beats were made right here in this room. They were mixed by me on these fucking headphones right here because my baby was sleeping the whole time. And I'm not a mastering engineer, so I didn't even, do that.
Who are you sending, or if you don't mind saying?
Oh, my buddy Trevor. He's part of this group called Sideways. So, I did this for the first time in my life. I did this kind of just me project, and I'm a pretty big, strong advocate of like, let other people into your creative process because that is how you get the best out of your ideas. And that's why I've always worked with a different producer. And I've gone to great lengths on a lot of records. Like, Running Wild to me is kind of the epitome of what I could create with a single idea. And I loved that. Other records have been kind of like, yeah, let's do this or let's do that. But it's that from scratch process with another individual, and then taking it to a mixing engineer that you're a fan of, maybe that you can reference to some of his music because you were kind of already doing that when you were making the record, and you really just get this whole. You bring your idea so incredibly full circle that it's like you impress yourself at the end of it, and that's how you fall in love with the record. But this one was just like, I don't know. I can't go anywhere. I can't rent studio time with other musicians. I honestly don't have a lot to say because everyone is talking about, everyone's talking about COVID-19 and politics. Hey, what's up?
What's up?
Hi.
Oh shit! She doesn't sound like this anymore. She doesn't sound like this. She's a grown ass woman.
And we be fighting too. She like trying to throw in a kick at me.
A kick?
Oh yeah, she can kick. All right. You want to say hi? I'll see you later.
Bye.
So that's cool, man.
Yeah. So it is this like really just all, I did the graphic design. I did all of it. And it is like, there's no label behind it. So it's just Colin and I running the whole thing. And it's this new experience for me that to me feels like a new step.
Okay. So I'm gonna interview you now. All right. So like, is this feel like more of like your baby? Like, how we feel about our projects. Does this feel more precious than anything you've released because of those like reasons?
No.
Because for me, you seem excited the way you probably was excited when you dropped your first record or something like that, where it's like that unknown of like, how are people gonna like, perceive it and like really like take it in?
Yeah, it's interesting because I have so much to compare it to now, like
For sure.
I had, when I put out Irreversible, I had no idea that anybody was going to hear it, let alone it be the, match that lit the candle of my career. So now it's like I have 15 years of experience to compare what I'm doing to.
For sure.
And, I have that idea of what I kind of just talked about where it's like I am known for a thing and fairly expected to do a thing. And I've decided to also, I've decided to finally say, hey, I also do another thing. And,
exactly.
And here is the other thing that I do. I'm not expecting you to love it like the thing that you've known to come and love. I'm just letting you know that I also do another thing.
Sure.
And, I'm 100% aware that instrumental records are not everyone's like cup of tea. But it's not.
I'm in love with them. I love instrumental records now where I get tired almost like listening to like vocals all the time where I want to just like kind of vibe to a beat. And I don't know if you remember, but our last tour that we did, you hit me to a bunch of instrumental albums.
Oh, I love them.
I know I was kind of like new to them. I didn't really bump them like that. So like I'm excited to hear it because like sometimes I just want to be chilling and like be editing a video or doing something and just got a like nice beat like kind of in the background. So that's one of the reasons I'm super excited to check it out.
Well, let's talk about creative energy too, right? How much creative energy can one individual have in one lane? So I've been making beats for fucking ever. And if I don't rap on it, it's gone. So think about how many beats, whether you're watching this live or watching this on YouTube, think about how many beats that I've rapped on or that I've produced for other people. Think about how many that is. There's actually a playlist on Spotify that I created. I think it's like 100 something, maybe less.
It's a lot of records.
It's a lot of songs that I have created, but think about how many more there are, just like on like the terabytes and terabytes and terabytes of shit that is just gone and is not coming back. This is not me digging through my hard drive and finding beats that I like and making them work. Like, I made this to do this in mind. So
I'm excited to hear, man, because I haven't heard any of this, and I've heard a lot of.
Oh yeah, I'll send it to you tonight. You're gonna hear it tonight.
Yeah, no, I can't wait.
But it's this interesting idea of, okay, I don't have that much time anymore, right? Like, I have a kid, I have a family, and I'm doing the best that I can to kind of hold it all together while my lady works full time, because she's got her career that she worked really hard for as well, and mine does provide a little bit more leniency when I'm not touring. So Colin, thanks for dropping the link to that playlist. So that is more or less a comprehensive list of every song I've ever produced. And let's just say for every song on there, there's probably 10 to 50 more beats that never got used. Because I don't have that much time anymore, and when I sit down and create something, and it isn't something that I can specifically apply to, and let's just use my name as the brand, even though I'm still using it for this kind of instrumental experience. But let's say if it doesn't fit to the Grieves brand, if it doesn't fit to my next record, the record that you put after Running Wild or the Confessions of Mr. Nice Guy, can I take this energy, this artistic energy that I've spent in between these things, and can I compile it into a thing that ultimately allows me to provide you with more art, with more material, until I regain just kind of the need and the want to make another record right now. Because last year didn't do it for me. Last year was not the year for me to be like, all right, you know what? I got a lot of shit to say. Yeah. Guess what? We all have a lot of shit to say, and it's the same goddamn shit. Like, last year sucked. I fucking get it. I would actually really like to get last year behind me and talk about that. I'd really like to talk about the life that I'm having after that, because I'm pretty sure that we can all relate to how fucking bad last year sucked. And you don't need another fucking record, because trust me, there's a shitload of them coming about how bad last year sucked.
Sure.
So, and honestly, that's what you would have gotten out of me last year. So I decided to reapproach how I'm spending my time and my artistic energy. And
it's definitely just a chapter. Like, if you even go back and listen to all your records, like, you were at a certain point in your life, and like, this is gonna be the first thing that you release, with you now becoming a dad and things like that. So like, this is a chapter of what you offer as a musician. So like, when you're ready to move on and do the next step, for the next album, it's just another piece of where you're building. So I think this is just gonna play, and whether they're still getting you, like, whether you're like speaking on it or just playing something, they're gonna understand like what you were feeling when you made that, because it vibes out like that. So yeah, man, I think it's gonna be dope. I'm excited.
Well, and at the end of the day, to bring it full circle, it's about my accomplishments and my satisfaction in what I'm doing in the lane that I've chosen. So when you sit down and you start editing videos, or you show up to the scene with a camera in your hand, or you fucking sit down to record a song, like, you're still spending your creative energy the way that you want to spend your creative energy, and ultimately you aren't making any more changes than I am. Like,
for sure.
It is ultimately where we want to be. And I think that's really important for people to hear, because we watch flames fizzle out and we think that's the end of people's career. And then, occasionally, you'll hear people talking, you'll look at people like 50 Cent, who probably had a really good financial advisor, which is great. And, you know, he was able to start putting money into things that, you know, money begets money. And he made a lot more money, you know, off of that, you know, vitamin water deal, and then got into cinema and like, you know.
Yeah, his show is really bringing him money.
Yeah, but most of the time you hear about, you know, someone that used to play arenas that's now doing features for $200 and playing the Nectar or some shit like that, exactly. You know? So it's like, so most of the time it's people that didn't reallocate their creative energy into another realm to keep the freight train running. And I want people to hear that. I want people to see that. I want people to know you, and I want people to follow what you're doing in your shit. So that people know. And honestly, I think what you're doing is inspiring, because you're not, it's to me is not a departure from what you are already doing. You just took a skill that you gained from that stuff and you reapplied it.
No, real shit. I just basically like just started charging corporations a whole lot of money to pay me for it. But like it's really just like, you know what I'm saying? Like figuring out where to target, because I don't feel like I'm doing much different too. Like when I'm sitting in front of my computer creating, or like, you know, whatever, like I still feel like I'm giving that same, like you said, like giving that same energy towards something creative, because that's all I know. Like at the end of the day, like I've only been good at, I can't hold a job. I can't do none of that shit. I don't know how to do anything but create. And like, that's all I feel like I have to offer to the world, is creating something that can last, you know, longer than my existence. Like I just want to create things. So when I'm like, you know, like when I'm recording video, or like, you know, creating something in Photoshop or making a song, like I feel like I'm still providing something to the universe that's like something that's gonna last like way longer than, you know, my existence. So yeah.
Well, you know, to lend to what you just said, I was in Bevmo the other day, grabbing some stuff for the Monday happy hour shit that we do, and this dude was losing his fucking mind over not wanting to wear his mask, and you know, he was screaming, "This is America," and you know, telling everybody that they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and calling people sheep. And you know, these fucking poor Bevmo employees, they are like, already you gotta wear a uniform. Like I would feel like an asshole if I had to wear a fucking uniform with a company's name that doesn't give a shit about you on it. And you know, this lady, as she was probably taught, just had to fucking go, "Hey, Colin, drop the hammer on this motherfucker, Colin. Drop the hammer on this motherfucker.
Wow.
Drop the hammer on this motherfucker." Where's my hammer when I need my? There it is. There it is.
Shit, Colin don't play.
Damn it. You interrupted my Bevmo story, you motherfucker. But you know, this dude's losing his shit, and this poor fucking lady has to go, "I completely understand. I'm so sorry, but it's company policy." And you know, he's like, "You don't understand shit. You don't understand shit." And he started calling everybody sheep. And as he's a tiny little man. Like this was a little fucking man. Like I was ready to.
Yeah.
If I didn't have like a kid at home and know 100% that dude had COVID, I would have fucking been like, "Ooh, me. I want to play this game. I want to."
Face push.
Oh, I'm a face musher. You already know my fucking move. But, you know, this dude was so fucking mean to these people, and they just had to fucking eat his shit. And I was like, man, you know, at that moment, I felt bad for everybody that worked there. And I felt bad that, you know, those people probably didn't get a raise this year from the shit that they had to deal with. And if I was wearing that fucking outfit and had that tiny little man yelling at me, I'd have a fucking felony right now. Like surrounded by all those glass bottles, it would have started. It would be raining fucking absolute peach on that dude.
I feel, you know, sometimes though, when I see people like that, I feel worse for the person who's actually like doing shit like that. It's like, dude, your life is that bad that you can't throw a fucking mask on and just get what you need to get the hell out the store. But you got to be that big of an asshole to somebody who's just working their fucking whatever job they can be happy working there. That's fine. But I'm just saying, like, they're working a job, trying to pay their bills, whatever the case is, and you're that much of a piece of shit that you need to waste your time.
It ain't the kid's fault at fucking like, do you like that is not your governor, homie. That's the fucking 21-year-old girl that works at the Bevmo. You need to fall the fuck back and like it.
That's crazy, man.
You know, so you know, and that was Monday, and I was like, man, I'm very thankful for what I do. I'm very, and I get yelled at by people all the time for similar shit, but I get to go, man, fuck you. I can say whatever I want to him because I'm my own boss, and that's also like this like weird fucking benefit that came from it. Of course, I always treat people respectfully, and I am well aware that like, you know, I have to be on all the time for people. Like, you know, if I hop out the van and I'm in a bad mood and somebody runs up to me and I was like, yo, fuck off, right? Not right now. I just lost a fan.
Definitely.
Regardless of whether it's cool to just run up to people when they get out of their car for no reason. Like, or, you know, I remember I was in San Diego one time and me and my girlfriend at the time, we were having like a really heated fucking argument, and we were like pretty much yelling at each other, and I was like half standing up and like gripping, like I probably left fucking finger marks in the wood on the table, and some dude came up to me and was like, hey, like, I don't know if now's a bad time, but like I just noticed you're sitting over here and like I'm a big fan, and I was just wondering if I could like take a picture. And I was just wanted to be like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, are you kidding me right now?
The fans, okay, so there's a difference between like a fan who respects you and a fan that's like, dance. Like, come on, do your dance. Like, dance for me.
I hate that shit.
Fan drives me crazy. Because I've been in situations where like, you know, like a fan come up and it's like, you know the like they're almost like looking at you like an object. Like, all right, you know the process. Here's the camera. Take this picture, sign this, and do this. And they have this like way of like almost like make you feel like you're just like this thing that's just supposed to do what you want because they're a fan and you're the person that they're supporting. That feeling is the worst. I hate that shit. Like, we're still fucking people. Like, that's like, you gotta have some kind of fucking respect. Like, goddamn.
Dude, and here's the other thing. Like, you never know what people are going through, like, on both sides of the spectrum. Like, I remember one time when I was playing in Austin, Texas. I was on tour, and 5 minutes before I went on stage, I found out that my Opa had died. And we're Jewish, so we pretty much bury our dead like immediately. So I had to figure out how to get from Austin, Texas to New York like the next day, and I'm on tour. And so I go and I play the whole entire show. I get off stage, I cry, I go out, do a full meet and greet, and then I hop on a plane. Red eye flight to New York, fly into New York, go bury my Opa, fly back the next day, right back on the tour, and repeat fucking process.
And
like,
you gotta act like nothing's ever happened.
And nobody knew shit. You know, because I was just like, hey, no, yeah, super good. You know, like,
yeah, man, no, that's hard. Like, that's the crazy thing. Like, I remember even actually when I left on tour for the first time with you in 2014, the day I left, Rock's grandpa passed away, and I couldn't even be there to even support her. And
yeah, that's
I was,
so
like,
hard.
On the phone with her the whole time, almost like for the first like couple of days, like dealing with the fact that luckily she was there for him and like got to see, you know, say her final goodbyes and stuff, but me not being there to be able to support and then being on tour and like not even be able to like, you know, hold her or whatever. So yeah, man, that mental effect is hard. Like, that's,
but then you gotta like somehow find it in you
to smile.
Maybe that's why so many fucking artists become actors. because
True.
you gotta put the fucking face on. Like, you gotta be who the people think you are.
Oh, yeah.
And
I've given a fake smile so much that my cheeks hurt at the end of the night, where it just like my muscles was not meant to do that on my face almost for that moment, and like I faked it for so long that like I was exhausted from smiling and like doing that shit and like at the end of the night.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a wild, weird, fucking wonderful job, and it also puts us in a position to do cool shit like this and have people in here that you guys have been to these shows, you've been on the other side of that, and you guys are cool enough to be here, and this is cool because this is a more human experience than a meet and greet. This is a more human experience than running up to us while we're eating dinner and we only had 20 minutes to eat dinner, and you're like, oh shit, crazy, you guys are eating here, and it's the venue, it's the fucking diner next to the venue, like, motherfucker, you knew I was eating here. Like, this is a way more human experience than catching us with our pants down, pretty much is what that is, and hopefully puts a little perspective more in into the light of the people that you like and follow, and eventually I'd like to get some of the artists that you guys really like on here as well, and we can have conversations with them as well, but ultimately, I think the goal of this is to bring perspective and a human experience to the music business, as well as connections, which leads me to my next thing before we kind of round this thing down is, what does your company do, and how can, fuck it, let's use me, like, how could I benefit from signing on for a campaign with your company?
Yeah, so we don't really have like a niche to where we stick to one type of industry. So we mainly just deal with companies that's looking for like online presence, right? So like, first off, the name of our company is Atmosphere Media. My last name's Adams. It's like atmosphere, but instead it's Atmosphere. And so basically what we do is when a company comes to us and they're like, yo, like, we need visuals, we need we need photos, we need video, we need like stuff created. We want to be able to get this to as many people as possible. We help them create like marketing plans. We help launch those plans. We help them do their newsletters. We help them, build the content that surrounds that. And so when a company comes to us, we basically start from scratch and help them get all the way until they're making money and doing what they got to do. So from start to finish, we're there with them. So we deal with big brands. We deal with smaller brands. It really doesn't matter if they're ready to do some work. We're there for them. So,
and what does the work consist of, because this is a whole new world for a lot of people, is this like and let's just talk, if we're talking to music people right now, like, labels are kind of obsolete, or like, you guys kind of do something that a label might even be interested in, which is this online marketing world, is and almost kind of it seems like in the realm of like influencer work. Yeah.
Yeah, like we mainly work with, like, for example, like we do stuff for like real estate companies that needs the exposure, that needs like real estate videos. I kind of can do it all. So when it comes to creating content, I can kind of do it all. We don't deal with musicians as much. You know what I'm saying? Like,
why? What's wrong with us?
Man, I was in that industry for so long. That's where like the idea started for me, was like, do music videos and do all that kind of stuff. I don't shoot any music videos, which I will still.
Make sure you hit up atmospheremedia.com and request $400 music videos, 4K explosions and all that shit, helicopter shots, $400 budget videos.
Nah, like I still do like music videos here and there, but like we mainly like want to like do so much more than just that, so yeah, man, it just starts with, like I said, like building like a marketing plan and like really seeing what their goals are. And a lot of our clients are with us for like a year, so this is not just like a one-off thing. A lot of our clients are paying us monthly for over the course of a year. And we're just helping them like build their brand and make that money.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, what, you like got like a camera or something, or like what do? You use your phone? You draw a picture of the condo?
I was hoping I could find. Oh, here's my drone though. I got the new DJ.
Okay, so one thing you need to know about Cody too is he loves his gadgets. This motherfucker's
fucking nerd. I'm a nerd.
This dude always has the newest and truest,
Everything.
whatever it is.
Yep.
Hey, if you subscribe to Consumer Reports, fucking save yourself the money and just holler at your boy, because he'll let you know what it all is when it is.
I'm the tech guy for everybody. When something comes out there, yo, I'm trying to like get the new MacBook Pro. Is it worth waiting for? Like the next one, I'm like, I got you. I can handle this. But yeah, man, I love gadgets. Like I have the 5D Canon 5D Mark IV that I've had for a couple of years. I just really like it because it's good for photography and video.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I have that. I got the Ronin S, the Mavic Pro for the drone. I got everything, man.
I got this Sony camera. I got the A6400.
Okay,
That's pretty nice, but I feel like a bitch because a Blackmagic pretty much makes a similar sized camera that is way crazier.
Hans is using that now.
That's insane. That camera's
crazy.
Insane.
Yeah. I seen it when I did the last Dale shoot with Pants and their company. He was showing me all the stuff on that, and I'm like, man, like it's hard for me to leave Canon. Like I'm a Canon camera guy, but
then all your accessories, and then you got to buy adapters for all your glass and all that shit.
Well,
so
it's crazy. The Blackmagic fits all the Canon glass.
Well, then I would. Well, god damn it! Even another reason why I should have gotten one of those motherfucking.
Yeah, man, it's tempting. It's tempting. I can talk about this shit all day. I fucking love gadgets and cameras and stuff.
I need to get more into it. I bought the camera to influence myself to do more, and just to like make it so like our like tour vlogs wouldn't look so goddamn shitty. Because we were using our iPhones to shoot them, and we bought the little Osmo to make shit look cool. But at the end of the day, once you upload a fucking iPhone video to Instagram, it looks like you drew it on a cave wall. Like
I be hating that though. I just did something for a brand, and I shot it in 4K, but you're not gonna see that shit in 4K. There's actually like iPhones aren't even like capable of seeing 4K. So like the best quality you can even see is 1080, and then when you upload it to
Squash
Instagram, it kills the quality even more. So it's like
some people have figured it out though, that whatever the compression ratio is, people have figured out how to make it look good on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm still working on that to get the best quality.
Holler at Boca Rang. You remember that dude? You remember Hollis?
I know exactly who you're talking about. Okay.
Holler at him because he's uploading those drone videos and it's looking good. And him and his girl are like full on brand ambassador. Like they're doing pretty fucking well.
Yeah, man.
Like I think they're like even like doing like car companies and shit now.
That's crazy.
But it's like that whole outdoor life that people, you guys have been dabbling with that too. Like you guys have done that like van life shit and a bunch of different.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we get a lot of times too, like we get a lot of our stuff free just because we're like, yeah, we'll post about it or I'll just take a photo and get it for free. But then we also do like huge things with these brands where they pay us really well to, make a cool little commercial for them. So. Yeah, man, that stuff is amazing. It's crazy what Instagram can do for your business.
Yeah, I gotta pick your brain about that more. Okay, Love just said I'm babysitting and got paid in porterhouse steak, and I'm gonna let you know that I also have been working for meat over the past year, and I've been doing voiceovers.
Is that prostitution? You say you're working for meat.
I've been working for meat.
I'm sure this is illegal to talk about.
Yeah, man, I've been working for meat. I hang out by the bus stops on Aurora, and I have people pull over. I'm like, hey, you want to fuck me? And they're like, how much? And it's like, nothing. I just want to be fucked. And they say, oh, all right.
Come around back.
No, I've been working for meat because I've been doing voiceovers for a meat company with Pants for Porter and York, and they've been paying us in meat. So I too have worked for a porterhouse or two.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's quite nice. I've never had like my fucking freezer. It looks like I'm rich, dog.
Damn.
Or I don't even have to have them in the freezer because I can order it and it'll be here in 2 days because they cut it the same day they ship it.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. I miss eating steak so bad. I don't eat meat anymore. Well, I eat fish. I'm a pescatarian, but
Hey, they got
eating
salmon,
real
man. I'll
steak.
send you a little chonky ass salmon chonk.
Oh, I need some salmon. I love some salmon.
Mm.
I need that. Hmm.
Where's Cody and his family at the moment? Do you ever come to the East Coast? Cody's in Renton right now, which is pretty much like New York City if you've ever been there.
Yeah, it's in Renton. It's close to it's so it's close. It's not we're talking about moving into Seattle, but it's close to my mom and my grandma. And like
Hey,
I like being close to family, but
let me
oh my
interrupt real
gosh, I
quick.
want
I
to be
just
on the
found
East
out
Coast.
there's a goddamn Din Tai Fung at South Center Mall.
Yes, there is.
Okay, so
And
you, me, hey, my family, your family, we're gonna meet over a plate of some dumplings and
let's do it.
okay,
Let's do
all
it.
right.
I'm down.
That
Let's
is
do it.
how this is how this is
And you
happening.
know what? It's not even packed. It's never like the longest I've ever waited there was like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's because nobody wants
So
to go to Renton.
yeah, especially coming from South Center.
Although, dude, have you ever been to Seafood City out there? The fucking, it's like a Asian, it's kind of like a Wajimaya, but it's attached to South Center Mall.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
That shit's a madhouse.
Really?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
shit's crazy.
I don't go a lot of places around Renton, man. Renton, not Renton, but Renton. That's how we call it.
Renton?
Renton. Renton is like I don't know. It's a special place, man.
Man, Renton used to be the motherfucking hood, and now it's like $700,000 houses,
I know it's crazy. It's crazy.
and they're the same houses.
Hmm.
And
man.
you know, my lady, she's an interior designer, and on the higher scale of things, like you know, they work on very expensive homes, and you know, they help on the remodels or ground up stuff, and they completely redesign things. They like redesign the interior. It's not just putting a couch in the corner and painting an accent wall. They don't do that shit. It's crazy, super cool shit. Like, and her boss the other day, they were having a Zoom meeting, and I was sitting with the kid in the same room, and he goes, you know, fucking Seattle is no longer a city for normal people. People that are in the market for $4 million homes are having trouble getting $4 million homes because the competition is so fierce to buy a house that expensive that they can't do it.
That's crazy. It's just crazy to me. That's why I'm not buying in. That's why I'm not buying in Seattle because I'm like, yo, like I was looking at homes in Belize, and to stay on the beach and literally have a beautiful home, even a business attached, is like $100,000.
I'll cash a business out right now. We'll buy 2 of them. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Colin, no, you and I don't have jobs anymore. I'm emptying the bank account. Grab Phoebe. I hope she speaks Spanish. We're going to Belize or Ketchical or whatever they speak out there, and we're gone. We're gone.
We're talking about moving there, man.
Colin, let's toast out the business. Let's empty the bank account right now and go to Belize. He's fucking down. Colin is super down.
Let's do it. Hey, K Cocker or whatever you say, K Cocker. So I go to Placencia, which is like towards
I'm sorry. Where?
Placencia.
Placenta.
It's in Belize. It's where a lot of like Americans and like Canadians go and live, and that's where like all our friends that we've made. We know all the like we know some of the tribes down there. We know the African tribe down there. You know what I'm saying? We know I know all of them. We can go kick it.
Wait, that's the only reason why I ain't buying one of them houses is because Fearce and I and Colin are moving down there? Huh? Because we're cashing out? We're cashing out? What, you don't want to have some cool-ass neighbors? Here's the deal. Look, Rick, I'm going to be straight with you. If you do end up moving next to me and I'm living on the beach, there's 100% chance that I will be owning and operating a turtle farm. So whatever you want to, however you fucking feel about that, hope you like turtles, Rick. Hope you fucking like them because there's going to be a lot of them and they're going to be everywhere, and I'm going to be very passionate about that.
Man, Belize is by far like one of the greatest places on earth. Like we've been there a few times. We made a lot of friends. The Garifuna tribe, which is like the Africans that's in Belize, like we know some of them and still talk to a few of them like now, and like man, like just a beautiful place. Like there's no reason to not be happy there. I can't wait to go back.
I want to go.
Let's do it.
Hey, legit, let's go.
I'm dead serious.
$100,000 for The square footage on this bitch.
Bigger than your house.
You don't
and
know.
Right on the beach. Hey, I helped you paint and build some walls there.
Hey, this is a goddamn mansion. All right. All right.
But I mean, you're like big, like you're getting what you pay for. I mean, getting way more than what you pay for. Just to buy land is like 20,000 on the beach, like just to buy the land. And we know builders down there, so like you could easily get all that hooked up, build from scratch. You know what I'm saying?
What if you don't want to live on the? What if you want to be like 2 blocks from the beach?
Even cheaper then.
Man, maybe my hood canal dreams just took a fucking nosedive. You know, here's what I really want to do. I want to buy some property, and I want Laura to design our whole entire house.
Yeah, I heard she's an amazing designer.
Dude, it would be insane, and it would be the fucking dopest. Like, I just want to get a property, and of course, I'm gonna have to have some money.
Yeah, I mean, that's where you should probably start. So,
is it legit for me to go fund me my dream house? Can I like do that and be like, hey, look, here's the deal. Like, I've just been alive for a while, and like I really want to have this house, and like I don't necessarily deserve it, but I was just wondering maybe you guys give me like $500. 500,000.
I'll give you about 50. You know what I'm saying? I got 50 up on that.
He means cents. That's 2 quarters. But maybe I got to pull my head out of my ass and think about, you know, you can still design a house in Belize, right? Would the computers not work there?
Yeah, man. It's literally like you're going to get, I mean, you're going to get the best internet, but you'll get some internet. You might not be able to stream these anymore. But
I'll do your custom bathrooms. Okay, so I already got an installer, right? So the lady will just draw the plans up, and then, you know, Sergeant Schnuts over here, he's going to come in. He's going to do the most likely very tedious tile work. And let's just say a lot of flush details. The lady does a lot of flush details. Yeah. So, you know.
I just say everybody in this chat, how about we just all link up and we just start a village down in Belize, and we can just go from there. We just take turns building, you know, each other homes, and I mean, we'll start with ours. We go from there.
Dude, I like how Rick was just like, I just want to buy a house, not a goddamn thing. It's be fat and lazy and drink and bang the bejesus out of my wife.
That is amazing. Actually, that's everybody's dream. That's all you need.
Oh man. Dude, also this guy's GC is called Hammer Time LLC on Facebook. Well, I feel like that's a conversation we definitely need to have, because if we're looking at 100K for houses in Belize, I mean,
and some way cheaper than that.
Yeah, honestly, I think 50K. I'll like go. We could just go buy a house in Belize right now, and I just think that'd be really great for you and me. Just for like a little place for you and I, just kind of get away from the girls for a little bit. You know, we just
so we're going back to leaving everybody.
Dudes, and like you. And here's the thing: like you and I can really find each other again over taking care of all these turtles that I'm gonna get out there, because
there is a lot of turtles. Okay.
And it just kind of, you know, it takes a lot of love. And I know when you and I come together, and it's like when all the Care Bears lock arms and they shoot the fucking little stomach jizz rays out of there.
Stomach jizz.
Yeah, that's you and me, man, taking care of turtles in Belize. I'm thinking,
if I talk to the wife, I'm sure she'll let me leave for a couple of years.
Yeah, but also don't talk to her.
I'll just leave.
Yeah, I mean, look. Here's the thing, mystery is sexy, right? So she's gonna be like, "Ooh, Cody, you sexy motherfucker. Ooh, where'd you go?" She's gonna be looking around in that room, opening those little tin drawers you got behind you, like, "What? Oh, he's not here." And it's you and me. I'm writing your name in the sand with a turtle, like it's
with a turtle.
Yeah. Hugo, that's our first one. You gotta know. Yeah, you gotta know.
There's a lot of iguanas down there as well.
Those aren't turtles.
There's howling monkeys. So
I'm fine with all those creatures, but we won't be housing them.
It's only the turtles.
Yes, Cody.
This plan is a huge turn from what I originally thought.
I know, but that's the beauty of life, right? It's a sidewinder.
Transition. Definitely.
Where'd you go? Is he in here? 5 years later, she's like, she's in like 6 counties over. Is Cody hiding under here? No. You just come back, super long beard, a couple turtle tattoos, and be like, you found me.
The beats.
The beats in your beard.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, if that's what $50,000 gets me, I got 60 on it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm winning, man. Let's do it.
That would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to be completely transparent that I do not have $60,000 right now to spend on that. But I'll kill somebody and get it. I swear.
Hey, we can rob a bank. I'm with it.
Yeah. Well, Cody, thank you so much for joining Wired and Wednesday. This has been one of the longer ones, but it was because I don't like you're my favorite, and that's why it's so good.
Thanks for having me.
But before we log off, Colin, let's go ahead and wind this raffle down so we can get Cody his headphones. If he is the winner, I'm going to laugh my ass off. And I do. Once again, I need to be so transparent. We do not have control over this. It is a randomly generated thing. We got Queen Gampo here. She's been trying for a few weeks now. For a few months now. So it could be Queen Gampo. It could be...
Remember, if anybody wins, give it to me.
Remember, you can be happy you won, but you have to send them to me because... we got...
People try to enter.
Now you guys schnuts. You got to be subscribed to the channel to enter the raffle. But while Colin's wrapping that up, we have a playlist that we do every week. Grieves Cantina Jukebox. You trying to get in before I close? Raffle's going. God damn it, Colin. All right, they're gonna figure this out. So Colin, every week he asks who we bring on what song they would pick for the playlist, and you picked a song for the playlist, and I'm asking you what goddamn song you picked. and why?
So I actually just picked the first song that me and you did together, and that was the Let It Be remix.
Sick.
With you and Grinch on it. So yeah, I just thought it'd be cool, man, because that was kind of like the first like creative thing we did together. So.
That's awesome. And Colin was very speedy with the link right there. So that's perfect. Yeah, we pretty much met like on that video site. Or like
because you recorded the song separately, and when we did that video, that was the first time me and you kind of like came together and like really kicked it and like talked in person.
Dude, and your brother
he's a teddy bear, but he's scary at the same time.
Dude, this is a great story. So I don't know any of these people except for Grinch, and we're filming this fucking video, and we're in the alley behind my studio, and it's raining out, and we found a little location over there, and for some reason, like, his brother, the video director, someone's like, hold an umbrella over him so he's not wet, and your brother pops an umbrella over me and looks me dead in the eyes and just goes, been gang banging my whole entire life so I could hold an umbrella for some white boy. And I was like, oh, fuck. And he just watched the fucking soul fly out of me, and he goes, I'm just fucking with you.
Man, he was a gangster, bro. Like, yeah, man. He's funny as fuck. Like, and the thing is, he loves, like, anybody I fuck with is family to him. But, man, he will fuck somebody up. That's my guy,
man, I felt so small. I was like, "But you don't have to." He's like, "I'm fucking with you, man."
Yeah.
It's like, God damn.
I remember that shit, too.
It was like something out of a movie. That shit was fucking hilarious.
That's so funny.
Oh, shit. Saucy mushrooms.
Hey,
has won the Astro A10 headset.
good job, Saucy.
Saucy Mushrooms. There it
You know what
is.
to do. You know what to do, Saucy.
Hey, hit me on the DMs. I'll give you my
You know what
P.O.
it is.
box.
Hit me up on Instagram. I got you. Congrats,
That's sick.
Man. Congrats, Saucy.
Saucy, congrats on your win. Remember, you come back every week. We're giving away these headphones. And if you got a subscription, that's for the whole month. So that's 4 times. So, hey, Cody, you come back next week and,
Yeah, I'm going to be up in this chat. I'm
going to show up the second you log in.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Lisa, for trying to help me out.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. Cody, so good to see you. It has been a very long time. COVID has kept us from each other.
Just as long as we've been away from each other. So let's definitely link soon that we're vaccinated. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I'm saying we can meet at a fucking hollow ground at the goddamn Din Tai Fung, and who knows where we'll go from there.
Hell yeah.
You know, maybe a turtle farm in Belize.
Maybe
not. I don't know. I don't know. But thanks for joining us, man. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. We'll be back on Monday for happy hour. And I need you to know right now, it's a tiki summer, motherfucker. So get your rum, get your flip-flops, get the beads in your beard, get your dreaded beard beads popping. It's going down all summer long. Just make sure you got pineapple. Make sure you got some orgeat. Make sure you got some Cointreau. Make sure you got some rum. Maybe some triple sec. I'm saying all these things are things you're probably going to need throughout Tiki Summer. We're getting fucked up. All right. So bring your mom around and it's popping. We'll see you on Monday, 5 o'clock. For everybody, we got a record that we announced. It's called Canopy. I am going to drop the leaf emoji that we made that I can't find. I'm talking in a staccato.
I'm sure Colin's going to drop that in there.
Bam. If you haven't already, please go pre-order, pre-save on, whether it's Apple Music or Spotify or wherever the fuck. Head out there. Give your boy a little pre-order. Give your guy a little pre-save. All those numbers help. This is an independent push. It's Colin and I behind the wheel. So, we're seeing it all. We're doing it all. It's, for once in my career, dime one, dollar one, from dollar one, and that's a great fucking feeling. So make sure you guys go check that shit out. We will be pushing it over the next 2 weeks. It does come out on the 4th, so lock in. Also, we're gonna be doing a special pre-release listening here on Twitch, a sub-only chat, which Cody can join now because he is subbed to the channel. So if you want to hear that record before it comes out, come on in. We'll be doing that, I think, the Tuesday before. So we'll be doing that on the 2nd because on the Wednesday, we're still going to have Wired and Wednesday. So we're going to do a pre-release stream for all of our subs. It's a sub-only stream. You can't come in if you ain't a sub. And we also will be giving away a pair of Astros, but I went and customized these motherfuckers today, which is going to be, they're looking pretty fucking cool. If you like the Leaf emote, you're going to love these Astro 840s. And these are the real deals. These are the big dick daddies. These are the ones that, look at these. Look at this. You think I can't take this off? You think I can't take that off and have different art on it and switch them out depending on my mood right now? Yeah. I can do that.
It's a call of Astro. Like, yo, what's up?
So make sure you show up. June 2nd. We're going to get it popping. And it's just really, it's a good way to get, we got these wonderful visuals made by Mike Squires that we're going to line up and play. And it's going to be just this comprehensive listen through. It's going to pretty much play the whole record here on screen. I'm going to be in the chat talking with you guys, answering any questions that you guys have about the record or just really about anything. We can talk our shit, have a good time. So put that on your calendars, June 2nd, if you guys are excited to hear the project. And I will see you guys on Monday. Cody, I love you so much. Thanks for coming through.
Too, man.
This is Wired and Wednesday, here every Wednesday. Thank you, Astro. Thank you, Blue Microphones. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Cheers.